Does anything look different in here? So here we are in the basement, the setting for many of my rants, many of my messages and all that stuff. And yes, in case you can't tell, it's a little different. Can you tell the difference? How about now? Well, in case you haven't gotten the point, the room is empty right now. That's why you can hear this echo. There is a new floor down. You probably can't see it on the video, but brand new floor, essentially a brand new room, except for the washer, dryer, and a couple other things. Still the basement, obviously, and there are a lot of changes going on around the house and around my personal life, as I've alluded to before. I'm trying to get to more videos, so rest assured that's going to happen. But let's switch back for a sec. But yeah, I mean, this is where I do my rants, as you know. And really, the term rant is kind of antiquated at this point. I understand that it has like a long-standing tradition, but like anything, you know, I try to get away from calling it rants, because really my whole focus on this year to this point has been to kind of just, I don't know, get to a point where I'm a little more respectable, to the point where I can really just, you know, talk about some more mature things and maybe just go from there. Obviously, as I learned this year kind of in the hard way, you can only change so much about yourself, and yeah, at the end of the day, it seems like I'm destined to end up back here, but that doesn't mean that things won't change. And that's kind of the cool thing about this year, and a lot of the things I've done, and kind of cutting out some stuff from my life and adding some stuff and just really playing around with all that. And that's why there's been such a long hiatus. But the cool thing about it is that now I have kind of a clean slate, in this case, literally. But in all of our lives, you know, there are times like that, you know. You go to college for so long, you go to, you know, maybe you have a job and things just get unpleasant for whatever reason. Things get tangled up, you have bad relationships, just different things don't work out for whatever reason. And then at the end of it all, you know, you quit the job, you get fired, you end up, you know, whatever. Or you go to a school and it wasn't a good experience, and, you know, you end up considering another school. And, you know, it's natural that everyone's afraid of that kind of change. You know, you get a new job, you don't know what to expect. You get, you know, even through the bad times, you know, it's easy to lean on a routine. And that's kind of the tricky cycle about a depression, is that depression continues, but at the same time, there's kind of like this reliance on a cycle. Like, even when I was depressed, it was like kind of a routine. It wasn't a good routine, but I was used to it. You know, you'd wake up at a certain time, you do the same thing, you eat the same thing. A lot of people are very superstitious. Baseball players, different people, you know, for whatever reason, some more than others. But the routines become kind of traps, but they also become things that we like, you know. There was a lot of stuff I didn't want to change. I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to whatever. And at a certain point, it became, you know, I can either continue this and feel about the same or worse, or I can try something different. Because you can always change. You can change back. You can change. I mean, we changed this floor. If we really wanted to, we could take it out and put in another one. But we don't really see the point in doing that. But again, it gets to be kind of a tricky cycle, because you're comfortable with something, even if it's not necessarily good for you. And now I'm just kind of talking in circles, so maybe you could call this a rant, but I'm just saying in general, there's been a lot of changes. In a lot of ways, though, I'm looking forward to starting over. I'm looking forward to starting over with new people, new things, where there won't be expectations in place. There won't be restrictions. It'll just be first time, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, when you go to that job, when you go to the new school, that's more what I was trying to get at. The positive connotation of change, you know? Getting rid of the fear of the unknown and looking at it as just something new that you don't know yet, but you will know, and that your past choices don't influence that. Whatever you did at your last school, at your last job, in your last relationship, it doesn't carry over. And, you know, I mean, it's still there. I mean, obviously you want to learn from your past mistakes, depending on what's going on. Some things don't go away, like they literally don't. But the thing to think about, whether it goes away or not, because yes, there are still ramifications to everybody's decisions, but when you're starting something new, don't focus on the ramifications. Focus on the opportunity to build on that and to just kind of bury it. Because the more good decisions you make, the further behind the bad decisions are. And maybe that's just obvious, but you know, the longer you go doing something, the more you become used to that. So then you end up building a kind of new routine. So just something to consider. Kind of like the floor, built from the ground up, you know. There was a rug on here, we ripped it down, we put down something new. I mean, you know, there's still stuff under this floor, but we're not going to look at it. We're not going to see it, just like people won't see the old you if you know, put on a new attitude, if you start changing things up, if you want to. And if you do that, guess what? No one's going to try to look under the surface and try and find the old you, just like no one's going to dig up this slate and try to find the carpet. We're just not going to do that. Plus, the carpet was ripped out. The carpet, I think, is like in a dump somewhere. But if we really wanted to, we could drive to that dump. We could find that carpet. And guess what? It would be filthy. But that's not the point here. We all have our filthy carpets in the closet. Some more than others. Now I'm just going to randomly pace back and forth. No, I'm kidding. But, point is, you know, the basement being empty like this obviously won't last. We're going to put more stuff in it. We're going to, well, you know, it's my family. It's not this big organization. But the Gaines family will rebuild this basement by putting most of the same stuff back in it. We'll probably get rid of some of the stuff, rearrange it. I've been getting really into music lately, so I'm going to bring my guitar and my piano down here. Well, my piano was already down here, but I'm going to start writing some new music. I got some videos of that, actually. Got a lot of videos that I got to get out on, but one thing at a time. I wanted to get this message out as quick as possible. It's just let everyone know that I'm still keeping up. That's pretty much it. If there's any comments, questions, did you like it? Did you not like it? I mean, it's what I do. I know I'm not exactly a guru on anything, but again, just trying to gain people's respect, one lame video at a time.